Hello and welcome to this installment of Mr. B's Tech Corner. I wanted to go ahead and make you a video today because we're going to talk about a lot of things that are very step by step, and although they seem very intuitive, sometimes you might forget a step, and I just want to make sure that you're taken care of, that I can walk you through these things as you feel comfortable using different components in the discussion that we're about to have. So use these videos as a reference tool. Okay. That being said, our conversation for today was really a bigger conversation about wikis, about sharing and collaboration online. And where do we find the tools that we need to make all those things work? My recommendation is to you, find something that's very concise, very to the point, and requires maybe even a single user login. That'll just save you a lot of passwords to memorize. In my opinion, there is no better tool on the internet, no better Web 2.0 tool than Google. Now, we all know what Google's capable of as far as searching the internet, so much so that it's a verb. We Google things. The other thing that we're probably familiar with is Gmail. It's the third most heavily used online mail client in the world. Now, you might be thinking third. I thought it was number one. Well, there are a couple of other companies like Hotmail and Yahoo that claim to have more users. However, Gmail actually lets you change your domain name. So you may receive emails from somebody at a school district, for example. They could be hosted by Google, and you just don't see the Gmail attached to the end as a domain name, but it is actually a Google account. So that number, 350 million, is actually probably a lot higher. So let me go ahead and introduce you to what Google is capable of. And I just recently here created a new Google account for the Lower Yukon School District Technology Department. So here it is. I'm logged in as myself, and I clicked on the far left side. If you're making a brand new Google account, this is where you would customize all the stuff about you and create a Google Plus account. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say Google Plus account. I can say that I'm male, and I can add a photo here. I'm actually going to probably just put in a logo there, if that's all right. Put in a logo of myself, and I'll upgrade. And now I've got a Google Plus account. So I went from having a basic email to a Google Plus account with one click, and it didn't require any extra login on my part. So now I'm part of Google Plus. Now while this is loaded, let me go ahead and show you what some schools across the country are using Google for. This is the splash page for Google Apps in education. You can simply search for Google Apps in your Google toolbar, and you'll find the same stuff I'm looking at here. This is the K through 12 login. Whenever I click on products, this is where it really starts to open your eyes as to what Google can do for you in a classroom. First of all, there are Google Mail accounts that the school district can host, so students can have their own websites, they can have their own emails, they can have their own calendars and things like that, all associated with a single name and a single login. Obviously, as I mentioned, there are other apps that can be very beneficial in the classroom, like Calendar. So you don't have to worry about students missing due dates and things like that. You can have a Google Calendar for your specific class, which has particular users invited to it. This is something you can do with or without a class full of students with Google emails. This is something you could add on to the already existing program inside of Lower Yukon School District, where we already have a first-class client server and first-class emails. You can actually invite first-class users to your Google Calendar, for example, to have a class calendar with specific due dates. We can also have Google Docs, of course. If you're not familiar with Google Docs, there are docs that are similar to word processing programs like Pages or Word. There are presentation software tools like PowerPoint and Keynote, which are open source. They're totally free to use, and you log on to them from any computer. We have Google Groups, which lets you communicate collectively, much like the first-class groups and first-class communities that we have in first-class serving. We have Sites to make your own websites. There are other applications, so many applications, we can't even list them all. And one of my favorite, last but not least, is the Google Chrome Books. This is really fun. It's a lot of free books, just thousands of free books online for you and your students to access.